Things are finally going to start feeling and looking so much better when it comes to your life, my gorgeous Aquamarini. And trust me, you will know this the moment in time you become aware of a very, very interesting offer. You are bound to have a very interesting offer this week, my gorgeous Aquamarini. This offer is really going to surprise you, and this offer is going to make you feel alive again. When you become aware of this offer, every single bad things that you went through over the last couple of years, it's not going to mean anything. But then on another hand, you will really find yourself at such a beautiful stage of your life. And this offer, to be quite honest with you, it's not something that you did not expect, or it's not something that you weren't expecting whatsoever. It's complete opposite. But this offer is going to be much bigger and much better to what you actually originally thought. Okay, so something is going to be offered to you, and then at the same time, this is indeed along those lines, and things that have been affecting you lately and things that have been bothering you. This in itself, my gorgeous Aquamarini, it is going to be a really, really beautiful light at the end of the tunnel. And I said this like many times, that you, my gorgeous Aquamarini, you had it very, very difficult, and there was so much happening and so much going on in your lives, and to be quite honest with you, I think that you have been probably one of the most complex signs when it comes to getting to the bottom of things. It's like, oh my God, it's like so much is going on, and this is a lot down to your karma. It's a lot down to your spiritual journey, but you also need to understand that you are very, very powerful. You are very, very special. You are different. Your vibration is different, and this particular vibration that's different, it's different in such a way when it's on one hand really powerful, but it's also really beautiful, and it brings lots of people towards it, naturally and organically. You don't even have to do anything. People are just going to appear around you, and this is all down to your precious energy. But then on another hand, my gorgeous Aquamarini, it's like this particular energy also sadly can attract sometimes a really, really negative people in such a way where people get triggered by you or something about you. For example, in terms of the actual jealousy, in terms of jealousy, because what's going on in your life and what you have been going through, it also has got lots of elements of jealousy. I'm afraid that there were quite a few people that have been jealous about you. There have been few people that have been jealous about your success. There have been few people that have been jealous about what you've done and what you are doing. I'm sorry, this is not a downer reading. This is not a negative reading, but I'm just telling you what it is. And I'm not saying, oh my God, everybody was jealous of you. Oh my God, as soon as you step out, everybody's jealous. Oh no, don't get me wrong. It's to do with the people in your life, and this is when things became really complicated in your life, because these people are some of the main people, some of the most important people in your life. And I'm talking about some of the family members and things like that who have been causing problems for so long. Oh my God, I'm sorry, my gorgeous Aquamarini, but in your situation, it's not what I mean? It's in your situation, it's to do with people in your life who have been sadly kind of jealous about some kind of success and jealous about your own ability. And this is where lots of problems started to happen, started to manifest in your life. It is not only to do with the jealousy, but it's also to do with the other aspects, so this has left with so many problems and so many difficult issues issues, my gorgeous Aquamarini, to actually deal with. You never had to deal with, you never should have kind of deal with in the first place, because the problem is that you never caused this, none of this. You never caused none of this. But you know what? You are very, very powerful, and you are coming on top of all this. You are about to come on top, my gorgeous Aquamarini, when it comes to every single thing that you have been through. And this is why I know that these readings are very complex, and maybe some people are gonna be like, oh my God, what are you talking about? What is he talking? I have no idea what is he talking about. And I'm not saying that everybody is gonna be able to connect to this, you know, but then again, you know, this is a really, really important stage of your life. What am I trying to say here, my gorgeous Aquamarini? That from the beginning of this week, the moment in time you become aware of this offer, you need to understand that you're gonna elevate like there is no tomorrow. You're gonna be like about 20 steps ahead. And when you become aware of this offer, this is something that which you expected. You were expecting this, but it's gonna be much better. It's gonna be much better, you know, and there are going to be elements to it that you did not expect, and you are going to absolutely love it. My gorgeous Aquamarini, it is indeed the beginning of a very, very special and a very beautiful stage of your life, because after that moment in time, energetically, as soon as you become aware of this offer, energetically, you are gonna change. Like that instance, you know, that second, that moment, you're going to change. And the way this is going to happen, it's more about now suddenly it's going to reflect on your priorities almost immediately, you know. It's going to reflect on your priorities, but also the way you're going to be pulled in, it's going to be remarkable in terms of like, oh my God, now you're going to remind yourself of this. There are lots of things that are going to remind you of something else, you know. This week there are going to be lots of things, like you will look at something and then it's going to remind you of some aspect of your life from a long time ago. And don't be surprised, because, you know, as I said, this is the beginning of a very special journey, which you are most certainly, most importantly, going to be able to feel. So you're really tapping into like a completely different vibration, which is at the same time reconnecting you with yourself. So every single time when something reminds you, you know, it's going to be really sweet and it's going to be really cute, but every single time when something throughout this week reminds you of your past, or remind you of a time when you had a great time just in life, just remember that there is always going to be some kind of a clue then and there for you. You just need to dig just a little bit deeper, and you're going to realize that there is some kind of clue and some kind of a sacred message that you are going to have at that moment in time, and you are going to be able to apply this on your life that very moment. You see, so this is how you go with this vibration, because intuitively you are indeed going to be quite open, because this is the beginning of a very special stage. You know, subconsciously you are what you're doing right now is just so important, and you have to be as open-minded as you can. And there are a lot of things that are going to be on your subconscious mind that you are maybe not going to be aware of, like consciously. So this is how you pick up this vibration, by understanding that there is some kind of a clue waiting for you there every single time when something reminds you of your past, you know. And there are going to be quite a few different instances when it comes to this, my gorgeous Aquamarini, throughout this week indeed. And this is why I think that this is going to be so important. So just remember that now also when it comes to this week, you know, it's not only about this offer which you are going to have, my gorgeous Aquamarini, but also at the same time there is a certain risk which you are going to need to take, which you are going to need to make. So when it comes to that particular offer is going to be amazing, you're going to love it and all that. Yeah, that's brilliant. But when you reflect on it and when you think like, oh my God, what is the best thing to do right now, you will know what to do right now. But something is going to be scaring you and putting you off. You're going to be like, oh my God, but I'm scared, I'm worried. Oh no, baby, no. You need to be strong. You need to come out of that comfort zone and become a massive, big, giant mama. Okay, you need to come out of that comfort zone, and you need to be as open-minded, my gorgeous Aquamarini. Okay, this is very, very important for you to remember. And also, my gorgeous Aquamarini, what else I was going to say? Malfunction. And also, when it comes to the beginning of this week, let me tell you something really important, okay? Not related to this, okay? But when you, yes, what else I was going to say? When you have this offer, my gorgeous Aquamarini, this is so important. I almost forgot. I almost bloody forgot. This is so important. When you have this offer, when you become aware of this offer, you will instantly know that there is something that you need to do, like a natural step, like what is going to be the first thing on your mind. You will know, I need to do something, but something is going to be putting you off. You need to be strong, you need to be smart, you need to be clever, you need to come out of your comfort zone, and you need to literally go for it. Okay, because now something is going to be like kind of worrying you when it comes to that offer, and the next natural step, the part of the next natural step, what you need to do after that moment in time, it's going to come in the form of a risk. You need to take that risk. This is very important. You have no idea where this is going to lead you, where this is going to take you. You are, my God, gonna do exactly what you need to do. This is the part of your breakthrough, my gorgeous Aquamarini. This is the part of your turning point, which is going to really pretty much transform your entire life forever. This is why you need to be strong, and just remember that there is going to be a risk, that you are going to feel like, oh, I need to take this, but that is the part of all this. Okay, the life is meant to have risks. We are meant to do things that we are uncertain about, because we are following our own essence, and that's the way to be. And also, my gorgeous Aquamarini, at the beginning of this week, you are going to feel like you've lost your way a little bit. You are going to feel maybe like you've lost your way a little bit at the beginning of this week, my gorgeous Aquamarini, and then when you feel like you've lost your way a little bit, at the beginning of this week, you are really going to have such a beautiful and happy surprise. And this particular happy and beautiful, lovely surprise which you are going to have, it's going to blow you away in the best possible way, my gorgeous Aquamarini. And this beautiful happy surprise you're actually going to have, it's going to be connected to why exactly in the first place you felt like you've lost your way a little bit. And now it's like emotional, it's you're like maybe a little bit sensitive, a lot is going to be on your mind, you're going to be thinking about that offer, and you're going to be excited, a lot is going to be on your mind. And don't forget that there are personal things that you're also going to be dealing with at the same time. Bless your heart. Some other personal things, maybe to do with your children, if you've got your children, or it's to do with like a certain people in your life who you are very much so connected to. Something will be going on. So there are other things that are going to be going on that is just going to make everything kind of a little bit worse for you. But it's going to be fine. So the moment in time you feel like you've lost your way a little bit, you are going to have a happy surprise, which is going to be connected to what exactly you felt you lost your way in the first place. And this happy surprise, it's actually going to come in a form of an opportunity, which is going to allow you to release baggage and move on. My God, this is immediately going to reflect on your emotional stability, because this is to do with your self-development. You're not going to be able to pay attention to that aspect of your life unless you kind of recognize this, unless you identify this, but that's exactly what you're going to be doing. And then after that moment in time, something really interesting is going to happen, but a really, really spontaneous situation. Something really interesting is going to happen, and you are a really kind of a spontaneous situation. In the most spontaneous way, you are really kind of going to have this very interesting experience. And that experience is also going to seem like, I don't know, when that experience happens, happens. And the reason why I say interesting is because you're going to feel like you're in a slightly different dimension. Something is going to remind you around you, like maybe you're going to walk next to the forest or something, and then you're going to have this moment when you're going to become super intuitive, and you're going to feel like, ooh, like you're in a slightly different dimension. You're like going to look at something, and at that moment you're going to think, oh my God, this day is weird, or this is weird, or this is unusual, or maybe there are going to be weird people around you. It is going to be some kind of a weird and strange and unexpected and unusual experience, but you will unusual in energy and vibration, but you will be able to notice this, my gorgeous Aquamarini. And this is going to be the time where also something is really going to remind you of like some kind of a happy memories, something is going to remind you about some kind of like a happy memories, like this nostalgia moment. It's going to take over. But then again, then at the same time, you are, through that energy, gonna be reminded of something else. Something else. That happened like in your past when it comes to happy memories. And this is gonna be primarily responsible for you finding a solution and taking control over some kind of a difficult decision that you're gonna need to make. You're gonna need to make a difficult decision, like really difficult decision for you at this stage, because you're gonna realize somehow that it's imminent for you to wait a little bit longer when it comes to something. It's gonna be imminent for you to wait a little bit longer when it comes to something. It doesn't matter. Don't lose your hope, because you are on the right path. You are exactly where you need to be, and you are doing the right thing. It doesn't matter. Sometimes when we plan certain things, oh my God, it's going to happen then and there. You know, sometimes things take a little bit longer. That doesn't matter. They shouldn't put you off. Things are going to be fine, and they are going to be working in your favor. This is really nicely going to open you up, my gorgeous Aquamarini. Just remember to wait a little bit longer. And at that moment in time, as soon as you realize this, you have no idea what a beautiful and positive energy is going to come into your life. Okay, a beautiful energy is going to come into your life, you know, which is going to bring a power, strength, and control. And that in itself is really kind of going to be so beautiful, because this stage of your life and this like kind of difficult decision, there is so much more to it, because now you reach the stage where this was like kind of making you to self-doubt and making you feel weak and making you feel insecure, and it was bringing like a low energy into your life. So at least you're doing something about it, my gorgeous Aquamarini, indeed. By the time you get to the mid part of this week, okay, by the time you get to the mid part of this week, somebody who is very close to you, somebody who you get on with, I'm always seeing somebody really wise who you speak to. Who is this, my gorgeous Aquamarini? I'm always seeing somebody wise, like a wise friend, a wise person. Maybe it's like a family member or somebody, but there is a really wise, like a very, very spiritual person who I always see in your reading. Somebody really amazing, perhaps like a really good friend who you always talk to, somebody who is 100% like very intuitive and very psychic and very spiritual, you know, and that particular, and very quirky, very different. And that particular person, my gorgeous Aquamarini, it's going to give you really, really wise advice. That particular person is just gonna really surprise you, like out of the blue, completely out of the blue, get in touch with you, or just point out something. Oh, no, don't forget to pay attention to this. Don't forget to pay attention to this. You know, there is something that this person is going to remind you that you're gonna need to like kind of, that person is gonna remind you something that you're gonna need to accept something and move on. This, if you carry on with this, you're just gonna end up fighting with yourself unnecessarily, and that is gonna be affecting your vibration and energy. Something that you're gonna need to accept and move on. Listen to your friend or whoever this person is, because this person is being absolutely right. Okay, very, very important indeed. And also, my gorgeous Aquamarini, at around the midweek, something it's gonna make you are gonna feel like a little bit, don't get me wrong, you are gonna feel a little bit unhappy because you will be thinking about a certain conflict which you've actually had maybe like about a few days previous, or maybe like about a week previously. You are gonna be thinking about a certain conflict that you've had with somebody, certain argument and disagreement, and this is what's gonna make you feel a little bit unhappy. And then you are gonna get a message, an important message about that, and this message is going to be really, really good, because you will know that things are going to start changing. And this message which you are going to get, it is pretty much to do with that what was making you feel unhappy, and it is going to be connected to the person whom you had this conflict or disagreement with. This in itself is going to put you in two minds, because now this is going to happen completely kind of unpredictable, so this is going to happen completely unpredictable, and that in itself, it's really kind of going to make you, it's going to make just a tiny little problem, tiny little obstacle, but then again at the same time you're going to be absolutely fine. You just need to you just need to release worry. You just need to release some kind of a worry here. You need to understand this will require from you to trust yourself 1,000,000%. Otherwise, this is actually not going to work. Okay, so this is why this is actually going to be so important, my gorgeous Aquamarini, indeed. And also, what else I was going to mention, my God, that's another thing that I'm seeing. You're gonna call me like a little dark lala or something, but there is, oh, I'm sorry. It's what I see. There is a problem for those of you who are in stable relationship, for those of you who are in strong relationships, for those of you who have been like together for like 50 years or whatever. You're gonna be absolutely fine. Don't get me wrong. But I'm just talking about those Aquamarinis who are single and like you are half single, half not. Because it's like some kind of a person here. It's not good for you, and there is some person who is keep on coming back, and that person is draining your energy, and it's always like, maybe you're together and then you split up, and then you're together again, then you split up, then you're together again, then you split up, then you don't know if you're together, then you don't even know if you ever were together. It's just all crazy. It's to do, okay, you get my drift. It's to do with the person you're wasting your time with. This person is never going to change, my gorgeous Aquamarini. And in fact, there is one particular person who is around you, like a Mr. Lava, or whatever this person is. This person is draining your energy, and it's having a bad influence and impact on you. You carry on a little bit longer being with this person, and then you're just gonna find yourself being stuck within the stage and the period. It's gonna be almost impossible to get out of. So if you carry on like with this person, it's gonna be irreversible. And on top of all that, it's like this person has got some kind of a hidden agenda. You know what I mean? So it's like some kind of Mr. Lava. But it's not for those of you who are in a proper, like a stable relationship. This is just somebody who is like a kind of keep on coming out backwards and forwards out of your life. But you have to be careful. Because I see that you have to be careful what you say in front of this person. So, what you see, you have to be careful what you say in front of this person. So it's entirely up to you. So now the last part of this week, my gorgeous Aquamarini, my goodness, you are going to have such a beautiful experience, really nice experience. You will enjoy yourself. You will be surrounded by the people. You're gonna feel really positive. You're gonna have so much pleasure and happiness and fun. There is something it's gonna be going on, and you're gonna be around there. But at the same time, there is something that you will find out, and it's to do with a certain truth, and it's to do with a clarity. And what you're gonna find out, and what are you gonna become aware of, it's also going to give you an idea. And this idea, which you like a new idea, and this new idea, it's gonna require from you to kind of like learn how to implement something first, which is gonna take like about maybe 2 or 3, maybe like about 3 months maximum. So it's gonna take like about maximum 3 months, but it's gonna lead towards, oh my God, towards such a divine love. It's gonna lead towards a harmony. It's gonna lead towards a really beautiful alignment and inner happiness. And it's also gonna lead towards one of your dreams becoming true in as little as, like, my God, few months time, by the end of October 2024. By the end of October 2024, one of your dreams is going to come true, and it's going to be connected to this. There is so much that you're actually going to find out about yourself as well. There is so much more to it, because this is going to bring a sudden awareness. What makes you feel energetic? What makes you feel passionate? There are so many things which are going to inspire you. You're going to feel adventurous, and this in itself is going to be absolutely brilliant indeed. And these are the signs to follow. Okay, my gorgeous Aquamarini, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. I love you. Bye. Mwah.